So, where we prefer ICSI? Whenever there are very less spermatozoa in the male partner, only 1 million, only 10 spermatozoa are there, we can do ICSI process. And where the IVF process is failed previously, 2 cycles IVF done, failure, then go for ICSI. Where the female age is more, female is more than 35 years, only less eggs are there, maybe 2-3 in right ovary, 2-3 in left ovary. We should get good embryos, good quality embryos, more embryos, then we require ICSI. Sometimes the motility of the spermatozoa, there are millions of spermatozoa, 100 millions, but the motility is very less. Sometimes morphology is very less, then you need to go for ICSI process. Sometimes there is a case of PCOS. In case of PCOS, the process of fertilization will be little bit difficult. In IVF and all, just we take one egg and we put at least 1 lakh spermatozoa or 2 lakh spermatozoa, whatever, it depends upon the quality of the egg, and then the spermatozoa, they will not go to the egg and they will not penetrate the egg and they will not enter the egg, so the fertilization will not occur. The fertilization will be stuck at a certain level. Then it is preferable to do ICSI process. So, in these kind of situations, and sometimes maybe endometriosis problem. In endometriosis, the quality of egg will be very poor. So, we will prefer doing ICSI. What is ICSI? What is the difference between IVF and ICSI? In IVF, in a petri plate, we take only one egg and we put many spermatozoa. We put good motile, good morphologically good, structurally good spermatozoa surrounding the egg. So, they will go and enter the egg on their own. This is the egg, these are the spermatozoa we are putting just even in the lab. So, one spermatozoa will go and will pierce and it will enter the egg and the fertilization will occur. But here what we will do, we put a small hole in the wool outer layer of the egg in ICSI. Intracytoplasmic sperma injection. Into the egg cytoplasm, we are introducing the spermatozoa. Only one spermatozoa we select. We select morphologically good spermatozoa, we select capacitated spermatozoa, we select very good spermatozoa, we take the spermatozoa. We cut the tail of the spermatozoa and then we take the egg. We pierce the egg and we put a small hole by laser. That is called assisted hatching. So, we put the spermatozoa into the egg cytoplasm. Then we are doing fertilization on our own. So, we are not giving much attention to the spermatozoa. We are giving very good force to the spermatozoa and it is directly we are putting it into the egg. So, it will be so much capacitated, it will be so much powerful, it will not waste its energy. So, both will again fertilize. Again the 2 cellular, 4 cellular, 8 cellular, 16, 32, 64 cell. This is called ICSI procedure and embryo transfer will be the same. The second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day or sixth day or sometimes third day. We will put the embryo back into the womb of the mothers. So, this is called embryo transfer. So, we call it as IVF-ET, IVF and embryo transfer, ICSI-ET, embryo transfer. So, after embryo transfer, again the same kind of little rest and little meditation is required, little prayers are required, and after 10 days again we call them for the blood test, where we will come to know that in the blood test up to 50% implantation, whether it has implanted or not. Up to the level of 50% positivity we will come to know. After 10 days we will call them again for the urine test. Then we will know up to 75% whether she is pregnant or not, we will know up to 75 to 80%. After that again after 10 days again in scan, ultrasonogram, we will come to know the 100% pregnancy, that is the embryo formation and everything, heartbeat will be there and fetal parts will be there, yolk sac will be there, liquor will be there, every part of the fetus we can notice, then it is called 100% successful pregnancy. So, after embryo transfer, it will take at least minimum a 1 month period to know whether she is pregnant or not 100%. Beta HCG, sometimes we will get pregnancy in the blood. After that, if the growth stops, then urine pregnancy test will not occur. Sometimes urine pregnancy test also will occur. After that, urine pregnancy test may be positive, but after 10 days, again the scan may not show any of the pregnancy. It may be ectopic pregnancy, sometimes no. Actually, in fallopian tubes also the baby will grow. So, we will put the embryo here, but it starts crawling and because it is live, so it will go up to here and again sometimes it will happen ectopic pregnancy. Whatever it is, you have to follow properly the doctor. Especially the people from Bangladesh, they will come and they will ask, only we have 10 days, we have 15 days. No, don't ask like that. You have to get result. You are traveling so much distance and coming from your country to India to seek the medical advice, to seek the medical treatment. So, you should not think that only within 10 days we have to go back, within 15 days we have to go back. Going back is not important. Getting pregnancy is very, very important. You should not say to any doctor that we cannot spend 1 month, we cannot spend 2 months. If you cannot spend 1 month or 2 months, it will be wasted. Again, 10 years you have to waste your time. 10 years may be wasted in your life without having baby. So, don't do that kind of things.